everyone, my name is Liz and I'm obsessed with Disney. Now, I know today is not Friday, but this video needs to get out, and maybe it'll give you guys a little bit of perspective on what's going on in my life. Today, I wanted to talk about Disney and mental health, specifically my mental health, and honestly, I feel like it's something that a lot of you guys can relate to.
Hey, Youse Guys, I'm making some merchandise over here.
Now, mostly, I feel like this video is somewhat of a follow-up to the Why We Quit Working for Disney video that I posted almost a year ago now, explaining why me and Lex and Kat and we all self-termed from the last Disney College program. I will link it here for those of you who haven't seen it. But a lot of you guys have seen that video, and I get a lot of comments on that video. And a lot of those comments are from people who don't watch my channel or don't know anything about me. Now, that video was kind of long, and I was clearly going through it while filming that video. And I kind of want to clarify some things in that video that I feel like I can now that I've, lived another year post that video. Now, most of the reasons why I self-termed really boiled down to mental health. And I know in that video I talk a lot about financials, and I feel like me trying to convince myself and you guys that it was kind of a financial situation is a little bit, it's kind of misleading. It's not like I did it on purpose. It's because I wasn't aware that what was happening in my life was like destroying my mental health. And I wasn't really, a big proponent of like mental health then. I was just like, you're 23 and everyone doesn't know what the frick they're doing in their life in 23. You're not special. And granted, I still feel that way. But I can now look back and be able to give myself some slack. Now, what was happening in Disney was basically the start of basically like the worst year of my life. I gotta admit, I'm very blessed and I'm so lucky and I have such a great life. But I hadn't gone through the kind of mental Olympics that I went through last year ever in my life before then. Now, I've realized a lot of my mental health issues really stems from confidence I have in myself. And, you guys don't need to be a deep, like, this is a deep look into Liz's brain. But I just kind of want to put it out there that it's like, you could have been the most confident person in the world, and one day you can just wake up and that can all be gone for no reason whatsoever. Like, I don't think I can pinpoint an exact point where suddenly I didn't believe in myself. All my life, I was always a confident little person who I didn't care what people thought about me. Middle school, that's usually a time where everyone's self-conscious and they hate themselves. But I didn't care. I always marched to the beat of my own drum. High school, I was a wild child and I was just crazy and outgoing. And college, things started to change. I would audition for shows in college and I never got parts. So that's what kind of started me doing crew. And it's like, oh, I guess I'm not good enough. And then working for Disney really shot to my mental health. Not because of anything else, anything anybody said to me or any other outside sources, but just putting pressure on myself. In that Why I Self-Termed video, I talked a lot about me putting pressure on myself about working for Disney, because in my head, when you go to Disney, that's the best of the best. You are getting incredible service. People save so much of their money. They spend their life savings just to go to Disney once. And Disney training themselves talk about that a lot. So that just put a lot of pressure on myself. And especially at the time, I was like, oh man, if I'm going to be a Disney YouTuber, I have to have a PI because that's what they all do. And, I don't have to do anything. Not getting any PIs or any responses or any of that really shot a lot of my confidence. And then, as most of you guys know, I came home, I readjusted to my life, I started my Etsy shop, and then pretty much immediately My boyfriend of 3.5 years at the time dumped me. And of course, that is a huge shot of confidence just striking down. And then obviously, you know, that was just like the icing on top of like self-loathing, I guess. So it was a really hard 6 months. A lot of months, actually. The summer, I didn't do anything all summer. I basically cried all summer. But you know, that's okay. And I feel like people are entitled to that. But I did a lot of soul searching, and a lot of mental health research and a lot of things like that. And you know, I'm in a much better place now, thank God, because I was annoying the crap out of myself. But I guess basically what I'm trying to say with this video is that it's okay to take a step back. And it's okay not to be that person that you aspire to be. Because any kind of aspirations that you want yourself to be in your head is always the best version of anything. And here's the secret. Any of that good stuff that you see, there's a lot of inauthenticity to that. And there's a lot of other people helping others to get to those successful places. And you really shouldn't be so hard on yourselves. I know this video seems really kind of random, but honestly, I feel like this is more of a video for me than it is for you guys. I just felt like it was really kind of important to put out, I guess, a little bit of an update on my mental health journey. If you guys watched Vlogmas, you saw by the end I was a mess. But now that I have some more perspective on that, I've really grasped the situation of like what made me feel those kinds of ways, not only during Vlogmas, but of course during the Why Be Self-Termed video. And now, when I get trolls in the comments of those videos from not you lovely people who watch my videos regularly, but for randos who come across that video, I can point to this and be like, listen, stop harassing me about my money, okay? Because
I planned for it, but the program changed, okay?
And it was really more about getting your head in the right space. I honestly do not recommend the Disney College program if you are not in the mental space for it. Sure, it is so fun. Doing the DCP is so magical, and it's like one of the highlights of my time in college. But if you're not ready for it, don't force yourself to do it. Also, before I end this video, I just want to put it out there that it's okay to take breaks from social media. You guys can see a lot of times on the Youse Guys Instagram page, sometimes, you know, I'll take 3-4 days off. Because you need to sometimes. Obviously, I'm still working through my problems. Everyone's always working on problems. And you guys notice I didn't post last week either. So now it was 2 Fridays in a row I didn't post a YouTube video. But I needed it those 2 weeks. I guess you can kind of see now why that I'm making a video about mental health. This has gone on for a really long time. So I'm going to end it here. I know this was kind of incoherent, but like I said before, this was a video more for me. I hope you guys understand. Have a seamless day, everyone. Bye!
What you gonna do?